Okay, hello, my smiling faces, and any TT Port fan stands or anyone watching Duang with you. I'm probably gonna be reacting to like the OSTs. I was like kind of gonna just watch them on my own time and not really react to them, but then I was like, I am in my need of like fix of TT Port while we wait for the episodes to come out. So I have been like obviously rewatching season 2 of DMD Friendship because of that as well. And I'm like, oh, I'm dying over that. And then like any clip that I keep seeing on my TikTok feed or from X as well, I'm just completely dying over from them. They're just on another level recently. So I'm like, okay, I kind of want to watch like the OSTs because obviously like I've already heard like some of the snippets of the song, right? But just kind of getting to see like the how they you know ship them throughout the entirety of the different MVs so far from the OSTs that we have heard. So I have so far it's like 6 because the other day yesterday the P4's actually OST came out. So I was like, oh, okay, like that's perfect. Like I've been putting this on for like the past like couple of days because I was like, wait a minute, what if the new one comes out and then I have to wait, like, and then I'm like, what do I want to like react to all of them all in one sitting, or do I want to do them separately? And like I might as well just do them all in one sitting. I do know there's gonna be like more, I'm pretty sure, because we still have to wait for like TT and Poor's like joint OST. I'm sure they're gonna have one of those, and then also the one that kind of got teased called You in episode 5. So that's my friend was telling me that there's a whole theory that it might be I think Copper from Bus. So we don't know. I'm sure that one's gonna end up getting released next week after we see episode 6, right? But anyways, we're just gonna go ahead and start with in order from when they drop. So obviously Proxy's gonna be first. The last one should be P4's that just dropped the other day. I do also have the little, I know it's like a promotion or like a ad basically with their characters, kind of how they did in how they TT and Porg's characters in Your Sky did, but it was in the episode, whereas it's like an extra snippet for the inhalers that they are, I guess, brand ambassadors of, or just promoting in the show. So I actually have that clip also queued up, so I'll be watching that at the end. But other than that, which is gonna be the rest of it's just gonna be solely just the MVs and like things like that. But we're just gonna go ahead and watch, y'all. And also I do apologize in advance if I end up screaming and shrieking because I'm gonna be dying over the cuteness of them, because like I said, they've been killing me like since we've been waiting for Duang with you, like, and seeing them in Duang and you, they've been killing me the entire time. So I'm gonna go ahead and watch. Oh, he's packing. Oh, he's calling. He's like, please let him answer the phone. Alright. It's how they keep making him drive, but TT doesn't know how to drive. Ah! Okay. Ew. Not the. I'm dead. Ew. He's like, please make it stop. Oh, and him coming out of the flowers. Oh, or like we're supposed to be like in the picture. My friend told me about that. Oh my god, that's them doing karaoke. I'm dead. He's like, I'm gonna hit you with that. Oh, and they're in this. Oh. Yeah! Cute! And they're all like, ah! Wait, that was a spoiler! That was a spoiler for me. What the heck was that? That's why I didn't want to watch the MVs, y'all, because I was like, ah! I didn't want to be spoiled, but clearly, like, it's too late for that. It's okay. Ew, not the ang. Cute. Stop, because what did he swallow? Oh my god, Lord. Oh, that was a lot. That was a lot. That was too much cuteness for sure. I like how they basically, because it is the main OST for the show, I like how basically they were themselves, like their characters in from the show in this, and it's just like, you know, it's just Proxy like singing in the background, basically like being like the pictures in the back and being like, oh, we're just like trying to like low-key like watch, like we're obviously singing the OST, right, but we're trying to low-key like watch like their cute moments and be like, oh my god, like, because I remember my friend telling me about the Chokun moment where he's like, oh, he's like, what's happening there, like, and I'm just like, I'm dead, and then you just see, I forgot which member it was that like goes like that and turns him away, like back to the portrait, y'all. We're supposed to be being inconspicuous. We're not supposed to be shown that we're like, you know, alive in this picture, but then at the end they all end up dancing together, which I think is really cute because, you know, since TT and Por are both from Dex and, you know, already Por having have been in a T-pop group previously before, like I love that they decided to include them in like dance and, you know, kind of also kind of, you know, showcase the like the quote unquote like dance challenge for it, because, you know, there's always, I think it started more so with the for Your Sky for sure, because, you know, Atlas did their their main OST, so I do really like how they've been really doing like really well with like casting or whoever get like them getting which groups to help participate with the OSTs, like, because it's also a good way to like get attention into the, just like also the make sure that the music is great and fitting for the show, and also just kind of, you know, getting in more attention, like if you like those groups and be like, oh, like what is this about, because they're like, you know, they're doing an OST, like, ooh, like what's the show about, you know. And then with like I said, they already have Proxy, right? Then we have the we have the two bus members, and then, you know, obviously and you know, obviously TT and Por, and then I think it's TT, North, and Wave have their own like little song, right? But that was cute. I love, like I said, but that one clip was a spoiler, and that's why I was just like, I didn't want to. That! Oh my god, that was a spoiler! I don't remember, because I honestly don't remember like watching I watched the pilot and I watched the trailer, but I honestly don't remember this, so like I know it probably was, but I was just like, wait a minute, like I don't remember, like it's been so long, like, and I've been so focused into the show that I like kind of forgot things, some things, not all of it, just here and there. But I will say, like, I did already read the book, y'all. Like I finished that. Like I know I said for the show that I was gonna go in blind, but I just couldn't help it. Like I said, I needed my fix to wait while we waited for the new episode to come out every Saturday, and I literally binged read the whole book. I read like a good like maybe one chapter one night, and then I literally finished the whole book within. Well, up into the special chapters, I finished the whole book up into the special chapters like in one night sitting, and then I think today I finally finished the special chapter, so I'm done with the book. So I was like, ooh, I am very curious to see like how they go on to like how they go on, because they kind of already have like changed a couple of things in the way the timeline works, which I think it did work for the better, right? But I'm just curious to see like where this ends up going. But we're gonna move on to the next MV. I'm dying over this already, and it's gonna be Por's cover of the song that I think he sang in the opening of episode 1. Oh, he looks good. Ooh. Them brushing by shoulders by like.
จะเคยเดินสวนกันแค่เป็นวันที่มีใครเดินข้างเธออาจเป็นเพียงเสี้ยวนาทีที่มองไปแล้วไม่เจอว่ามีเธอยืนอยู่ใกล้กัน
Oof.
ถ้าวันนั้นฉันก็เดินให้ช้าลง
Oh, this is actually befitting for like how the story starts.
ใครคนนั้นอาจบังเอิญได้มองตาและบังเอิญยิ้มให้กันไม่ใช่เพียงกันเดินผ่านฉันไปโอ้เธอรอนานไหม
Oh, I like how they added it in the part where he sings it in the show.
เธอเหมือนกันโอ้เธอรอได้ไหมวันที่เวลาจะพาเราพบกันอาจมีสักวันที่เราเดินตรงเวลาวันที่เข็มนาฬิกาของฉันตรงกับเธอและในวันนั้นที่เวลาได้หมุนเราให้เธอจะกอดเธอไม่ให้เธอจากไปไหนคนที่ฉันรอ
Because of like, why did he make eye contact there is my thing. Ah!
คงไม่มีคำว่าสายไปถ้าหัวใจเธอและฉันมันคงพอเชื่อว่าตรงนั้นมีเธอและเธอเองก็เฝ้ารอฉันเองก็พร้อมเดินต่อไปโอ้เธอรอนานไหมรู้ไหมฉันรอเธอเหมือนกันโอ้เธอรอได้ไหมวันที่เวลาจะพาเราพบกันอาจมีสักวันที่เราเดินตรงเวลาวันที่เข็มนาฬิกาของฉันตรงกับเธอและในวันนั้นที่เวลาได้หมุนเราให้เธอจะกอดเธอไม่ให้เธอจากไปไหนจนที่ฉันรอ อาจมีสักวันที่เราเดินตรงเวลาวันที่เข็มนาฬิกาของฉันตรงกับเธอและในวันนั้นที่เวลาได้หมุนเราให้เธอจะกอดเธอไม่ให้เธอจากไปไหนจนที่ฉันรอ
Like, actually make eye contact now.
คนที่ฉันรอ
That was a good transition to that. Ooh.
มีสักวัน
Okay, come on, Poor. Obviously, like, we have heard him sing before with his OST from Your Sky, and it's kind of similar like vibe where it's like more on like this like softer, like very much more on the higher range, I feel like, for him. I know with the more recent one that's at the end of episode, like, or in the middle of episode 5, I was telling my friend, like, oh, like, or I don't know if I think I mentioned it maybe in the reaction to episode 5, but I was saying, like, oh, like, this is a little bit different from what we usually hear with him. So that's why I was like, oh, is it really Poor singing? And then, like, with some words you can tell, like, automatically, like, the way he, like, pronounces it, I'm like, oh, yeah, that's definitely Poor. But I was like, oh, it's more different because it's more on the lower, like, tone, like, lower registers than we usually hear from, than we've heard from previous, like, from the Your Sky OST, or this song in particular, which this one kind of, like I said, reminds me a lot of when he sang in for that song, right? But I do like, for this MV, I like how they you know, even though TT's kind of in the MV, it's like still like the main point is supposed to be, you know, Poor basically acting as Shin singing this song. So like you could definitely tell like his like demeanor is very much like on the more like kind of colder like side in a way, until like, you know, the snippets of him basically like, or the point of view of where we see like basically Duang or TT's characters like like looking at Shin, which is like, I think it's supposed to like represent the moment that they saw each other in episode 1, or when Duang first like heard Shin sing and so like made him fall for him even more, you know. It's giving that like representation of like, oh, like time stopped, like there's no one else existing, it's just me and you in this moment, and that's why I'm making eye contact with you. It's very much giving like that vibe. So I like how at the end they end up basically like are making eye contact, which is like again what happens in episode 1 of them kind of, like I said, I was very like sus of like, why did Shin happen to just make eye contact with Duang? Like, why is he the person that stands out with like to him when this is like before they even quote unquote like met, before he started like following him around and like chasing after him, right? So like, ooh, I like that they went with that approach. I really do. And like I said, it's more. This one is definitely a lot more higher, though, I will say, than the Your Sky OST that he did. So it's definitely a lot more challenging because of the last part of like the song notes where it's like going even higher, but he sounded good. And I do like that the song is very much describing of the situation of how they first like met in the first episode. I think it's a great they did a great job of like choosing what songs we're gonna go for this, right? But okay, we're gonna move on to the next one, and I think, yeah, it's gonna be TT's. Oh my god, his shirt's so cute.
ถามว่าความพยายามมันอยู่ที่ตรงไหนก็ไม่ต้องมองที่ไหนไกลก็อยู่ที่ฉันไงคนที่ทำทุกทางเพื่อให้ได้ใกล้เธอไม่ว่าเธอจะหันไปไหนก็ต้องเจอยิ้มไปเมื่อไหร่เธอไม่เคยจะยิ้มตอบเธอไม่ได้เธอน่ายากกว่าข้อสอบก็แบบว่าน้ำจะต้องหินมันทุกวันคุยดูละกันเดี๋ยวเห็นก็ใจออก
Not them adding that from the book. No, I like how they're like basically far away. Oh, like the fork and the thing that he remembered. No. I love that they added that line from the book into the lyrics of the song. That's a perfect reference. If you know, you know. It's like him like not paying attention to it, like when he's over here like tapping to the song, like like he's acting like he does. He's like, whatever. No, because why was he looking at his lips like that? Stop. Oh my god, wait, there's a whole like, little thing. Oh my god, dying. No, cause like the baby girlism of Poor has been like killing me, like cute, the cutie patootiness of him too. Like I'm dying. Ah! That was adorable. Okay, but yeah, this is why you need to watch like the MVs and listen to the songs. I feel like because they really did add that line from the book. I'm sorry, y'all. That's a spoiler if you have not already read the book. But the dripping away at the stone, like with that, whatever the line was, it was like that certain line. They talk about it in the book. Like that's something that Duang consistently says throughout the book, and Shin ends up getting so annoyed by it because he's just like, why do you keep saying that? Like, but it's it's definitely like the best like description I would think of their of how basically how Duang is basically wearing away at like Shin's walls. So I love that they put that line in the song because he's just like, oh, like I don't care, like I do get a little sad that you're not paying attention to me, but even though like that you don't, I'm still gonna end up doing as much as I can for you to take care of you and everything, just because I really like you, and I think at some point like that will help me like be able to get into like or like we'll end up together at some point. And you can definitely see that also in this MV where you kind of see like how poor Shin is just like whatever, like I don't care, whatever, but then he's like at moments he's just like, oh, like wait a minute, this song's kind of catchy, or oh wait a minute, at moments like wait a minute, like why is he kind of getting to me, like he's kind of being like cutesy patootie. It's like very much like, oh, he's definitely melting away at your like iciness is what it is. And I'm just like, it's so cute, it's adorable. And I love how we have seen how far TT has come for sure, because from season 1 of DMD Friendship we know like it wasn't like they singing and dancing wasn't something he was like good at right off the bat. And then in season 2, whenever he joined and was like talking to Poor about it, he was just like, oh yeah, well, like I've gotten way more into dancing than I have singing now, but I still enjoy them both. And that's kind of what they kind of bonded over, quote unquote, right? And then obviously now that they are both in Dex, we definitely like TT has definitely surprised me here and there, and then some, because I'm just like, wow, I'm like, I was not expecting him to be so good at like, especially the rapping part. I was like the rapping was what killed me too. But yeah, so it's the progression of like them from back then to now is really nice to see, and see how they've grown and now having their own series together after waiting for the longest time since DMD Friendship season 2, and then also seeing them as their characters in Your Sky, and then them being a little bit different, right, but still kind of it's still just as enjoyable because you get to see them full on in a series instead of just a little cameo here and there, right? And but yeah, we're gonna end up moving on to the next song now, y'all. This is such a pretty OST though, and they kind of kept it within the rainy like vibe of the episode that they started with this song in. Ah, they're doing pottery together. Ooh.
Just take out time and let it slowly flow. You the guy need to leave me here.
I like the colors that they used. This is cute. Oh my god. Ooh, Jinwook. That's my bias and bust if y'all didn't know that.
Everything around us moving slow.
Hey!
This moment when our hearts are beating so low. No time, no sound, no plans, no rush, no worries, no need to go.
Attack on me. Hey! Did he just really scare him? I'm dead. You the guy need to leave me here alone. You could take me, but I'm this phone.
ตรงนี้ You make me feel at home เหมือนเธอได้เย็นหัวใจทุกทีที่เธอให้ใจบรรยากาศยัง
Oh my god. Let them in a canoe or a boat.
อยู่ตรงนี้อย่าเพิ่งจากไปไหน
He's like, sir. He's like, get it together. TT.
Just take our time and let it slowly flow. You to getting me to leave me here alone. You could take me all on this phone.
Oh, he's like, I'm about to push you into the. Oh my god. Oh! He's like, wait a minute. Good lord, like. How are you gonna do this to me? Like. Oh, I love that. 100% love that. He's like, I wasn't doing anything. Oh, I love Poor's shirt though. The Tinkerbell is so adorable. Oh, okay. So that's. I like how so far every OST is basically like telling you like the story, like progressing with the story. So obviously Proxies was like the opening OST, so you can definitely see like you can see Duang and Shin's dynamic in that, where like Duang is trying so hard like to chase after Shin, and Shin's just like not giving him the time of day. He's just like getting so annoyed by him. So you see it there, and then obviously the second one's supposed to be this one was supposed to be. Yes, I think right. Yes. No, the second one is actually no, or was what came, I think no, it did come. Proxies came first, and then Shin or P-Pores as Shin, that cover came next, and you can see like again that moment in episode 1 where they make eye contact for the first time, and that's being represented in that song. Then this one is next, and this is like the moment where you kind of see, you know, Duang's still like actively chasing after Shin, but Shin's kind of like letting a little bit more go and being like, okay, like it's not that bad. Like I'm letting him like the process of like the beginnings of him like chase after him. He's like, I'm letting him or whatever, and it's annoying a little bit, but like not that to that point yet. So, but it's definitely a lot more sweeter here in the MV for sure, because it's not exactly the same as like them kind of telling the story there, but they definitely grasped that moment whenever they're at the bus stop and it's raining, and you kind of get to see like them kind of more Duang, yes, but like Shin's still kind of acting nonchalant, but still like allowing it to happen, kind of a little bit opening up to him. But they're just really cute. I love that that they keep, you know, they obviously have Putashai and Jinwook in this, but this song was definitely an attack on me because, like I said, Jinwook is my bias in Bus. So to hear him like rap in this like lower tone and like the softness of the song and everything, and then seeing TT and Poor act so cute too, I'm like, this is too much for me. I can't handle it. Like the soft whispering and them being little cutie patooties and basically making pottery and just kind of like chilling out, and then also kind of still showing like like Poor is like active, or like Shin's actively like looks like he's falling, and then they're just like, what are you doing? Like, get it together. Like, kind of being like the friend group, basically, in a way, or like being like, what's going on here? Like, what is this? But also kind of shipping it is cute. It's kind of similar to how Proxy members were shipping them in the MV there. But yeah, okay, so the next one should be, I think it's gonna be the Boom 1000, which is the silly, like, energetic one that I was like, I was not expecting it to be. Well, my friend told me, she was like, she's like, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be, she thought it was either members of, Bus again, or she was like, or maybe it's like, she didn't think, I think she was assuming that it was TT for sure, and then, but I didn't know like North and Wave are gonna be in it too, so that's like a big surprise, but it's gonna be telling us like their friend dynamic for sure, so it's definitely gonna be interesting. Oh my god, what? But him with the captain's head being like, I'm setting the ship sail, basically. Oh! Wait. Oh, it's like video game. Ooh! Not the cheerleading. Oh my god, this is... Hey! Okay, come on, rapping. They must have had so much fun filming this, though. Hey! Hey! It's funny because Porsche just basically like an NPC just standing here. That little slow part where it's slowly like, oh, it hit 1,000 already. Oh my god, he ends up joining in. Oh, this is so funny. But I guess it means that, like, you know, they're finally on the same level and in sync with each other with the like relationship, right? And he's not as ice cold anymore. Like, he has feelings, right? Instead of just being like a basic NPC that doesn't have like emotions, you know? Oh my god, my face hurts so bad, like... That was funny. I love that. That was a perfect description of like what the shenanigans of Duang and his friend group go through to like actively like quote unquote help Duang get Shin and like get his reaction and get his you know, get his like those emotions like reciprocated back to like Duang, right? And it's funny because I was like, oh, I was thinking like what's gonna happen when it hits 1,000? I was not expecting him to like join in with the dance, but I guess it makes sense, like I said, because them basically being on the same level now with the feelings of the relationship, and now like both being open to it for sure, and like just, you know, being on the same page. So that's why they're both being chaotic and crazy and like, oh yeah, like yay, I finally made it, like I won you over, you know, kind of cheering kind of song. And yeah, I think it's a great way though for sure for North and Wave to get a little bit more experiences with the like being in an OST, because even if it's like more on the silly side, but they did really great with the rap. So I was like, oh, I'm surprised with that. I really enjoyed it for sure. It was definitely a different level from anything we've seen from the rest of the OST. So I think it was a good contrast there of showing like, again, like how Duang is so like crazy in love with Shin that he's like willing to go through whatever like means necessary to like get his attention, to be, you know, on the same page, to be in a relationship with him or get his be reciprocated in those feelings. And I think they did a great job with putting North and Wave in here, because ultimately they are his friend group and they are the ones like quote unquote like feeding him like these ideas and some like not necessarily like feeding him the delusions, because they try to keep him grounded. They're like, sir, like calm down, like it's not there yet. But he's like, no, like you don't understand. So it's like very much like the chaotic tendencies that they have in this like show for sure. But okay, the next thing should be, yeah, no, Oh, did I queue the wrong one? Hold on. Oh, I think I queued the wrong one. Hold on. Okay, the next and the last OST is gonna be Pour's official OST for Duang with You. So we know it's like basically what I was saying in the episode 5 reaction was that it's very much describing of what Shin's like feelings are about like towards this whole thing with Duang. Like he wants to open up, but he's also like scared of his like feelings from like prior, like I guess from the prior attempt that he had, I guess, of what happened there, because we still don't know exactly what happened. We don't know like a little bit of it. They only give us like a little tidbit here and there, but I'm sure it's gonna end up coming back later, especially with, you know, me reading the book now and kind of seeing also what happens in there. But yeah, so we're just gonna go ahead and just listen and see like what they end up doing for. It looks very dreamy is the thing, so I'm curious to see like what the vibes are gonna be for that. Ooh, look at the flowers. Also, not him in a black shirt. Good lord. Oh, not the black and white. It's a lot more lower than we're used to hearing him. Oh, he looks so good. Oh, a little fairy or something. It's like him basically hesitating. I wonder if this little like light is supposed to be gonna lead him towards TT or Duang at the end of it, you know? Like the little glimmer of like hope that he has for this relationship, maybe? He looks like he wants to cry. I'm like, Oh, back to the darkness. Like he's kind of trying to find his way. Yeah, the light was TT. Oh, this is so cute. I also like how like he's wearing black and he's wearing white. The light in the dark, basically. Oh, this is so cute. I like the like I said, I love how they're basically telling the story with the OSTs as well, because since we don't get to like episode 5 was definitely like us first like seeing more so into what Shin's feelings are and what his like what he's thinking about the whole thing, because like for the most part we haven't been able, I feel like we can read him a little bit, but he's been like very like hesitant to like show emotion and show like his feelings, but we can see like obviously we see little bits of it here and there where we're just like, wait a minute, like that's sus, like oh that's like that was like a little tip off of like what's he actually is feeling. Like he doesn't mind Duang as much, right? But here it's like definitely like the inner like turmoil that he is feeling from episode 5 of like, oh, I'm feeling like jealousy again. I like don't want him to talk to other people, but also like I can't really stop him either because we're not really in a relationship yet. So it's like, okay, like it's these are the aspects that I don't really like about myself whenever I want to like, you know, maybe be in a relationship with someone or like someone. It's kind of having to fight those feelings, but also like not liking it because like he mentioned in the episode, he was just like, I'd rather like be, you know, alone. Like I'd rather not be like having to worry about like what you're thinking or like worry about like if you're gonna end up leaving me at the end or not, if that makes sense. So I'm just like, I like that they, you know, it's starting off with him by himself in this like little like, I don't know if it's like a little garden or like greenhouse or whatever with the piano, and obviously the spotlight's on him. It's like him like going through basically all of the like emotions of the episode, right? Where you see him like, oh, like this is where it started, of me like feeling like, oh wait, what's going on, and like the hesitance of like him like, oh, I need like space because I don't want to compete, like I'm like fighting with myself and my emotions, but I'm like quote unquote, I'm kind of trying to like, I'm also pushing him away in the process, and I don't want to, but I just can't help it because like I'm trying to figure things out on my own. And like it just, I like how they showed him like going from scene to scene of like basically kind of rewinding and like thinking everything and processing like everything that's happened so far in that episode, for him to finally be able to like meet up with Duang, or like TT in this case, and be like, oh, like I'm finally seeing the light, and you know, I'm okay with it, like I'm ready to move forward into this relationship, or like accept him, you know. And I'm just like, I like that how they basically, you know, told us that whole dilemma that he's in this MV. And also very much, like I said, with us not really like knowing a lot of like what he's feeling, it's finally, this song actually like completely explains like what Shin's mindset is in the moment and what his fears are. And I love how they're telling the stories with all of the OSTs like that. It's really smart, and it's really nice to see, because it's like, oh, like it's more interactive, because you're just like, oh, it's straight to the point. You know what's going to happen. You know what you're seeing, right? But it was such a good song. I really did like the song. They both looked really good, I will say that. They looked very ethereal, very like pretty. And like I said, also with the symbolism of like that little, it looks like a little fairy, but I guess it's a little, like I said, glimmer of hope, or a little spark of light that's like guiding him through all of these emotions that he's felt, or like turmoil, or like memories that's happened. And then he's like kind of in the dark, kind of lost because he can't find the light until he finally like looks at it, and then it ends up being Duang. He's the light in his life, basically. Because if you read the book, you know what happens in it, and the contrast of them basically like Shin being like, you know, more on the quiet, dark side, wearing black, and then obviously Shin's wearing white. So again, like the dark and light symbolism there, and I'm just like, it's so good. It's so good. I love it. But we're gonna move on to the little 1 minute like snippet that they had with the inhaler brand that they have, and then that's gonna be the end for this video. It's a side story. Oh, this is when he's like taking him home.
ชื่นใจเธอลองไหมไม่เป็นไรเธอพลาดของดีแล้ว
He's gonna give him the other one.
สมุนไพรตาดัมเบิล
Cute.
ก็ลงไปดิ
He's like, okay.
ด้วงขายขนาดนี้แล้วเธอไม่ซื้อหรอจะไปซื้อด้วงขอขายอีกมันสามารถต่อกันได้ด้วยนะ
Like us. Not the the way that would be buying this, like, though they know what they're doing. They're doing a great job with the marketing for this. I knew it. He's like, please. Not him walking with it in his nose. I'm dead. That's the end. Oh, that was cute. I like that they didn't put it. I like that they made it a little side story instead of putting it in the episode. But even though it was still, because like my thing with the episode of Your Sky where they had Glai and Banli like walking home, it's the same, basically the same like formula, same concept of it, where they like it's supposed to be like a side story or like a little snippet, or you're hoping it's gonna be like, oh my god, something else like cuter from the show. But for that one, like they put it in the episode, and I was just like, I don't care about this dumb like. I think it was the Ichitan drink or another drink or whatever. And I'm just like, I honestly do not care about it. Like, I can't believe that the only other moment we're getting of them in this show or in the episode is them doing promotions for this drink. I was like so mad. I was like, I'm over it. Like, I don't care about this drink. Like, get out of my face with that. Whereas like here, they didn't put it in the episode, but it's just a little side story of like to get you to watch it. Cause you're just like, oh, if you're invested in the show, like you'll watch it, right? But it's not necessarily like them trying to do like legit product placement in that, whereas you obviously we have seen the inhaler here and there, but it's not like so blunt and so in your face that you kind of know it is, but you're not like so like like, you know, turned off from it because they're not shoving it down your throat like they would here. But I'm still like letting it pass because it's really, really cute and it's like very much them too. But also, like I said, the amount of clips I've been seeing on my on my TikTok feed of them doing that L'Oreal Paris, like I think one of them was like a hair serum or a shampoo or something, and the other one was that powder. The way the powder one, like I was like, oh wait a minute, like the way I'm like, I'm not even from there, but I'm over here like they caught my attention because it ended up being like Poor being like, oh, like like get ready with me, but then it ended up being like a narration by TT, and I was just like, wait a minute, like what are they? And then they brought out the powder, and I'm just like, oh, I don't even care that it was like an ad here because I'm like, I'm dying over the cuteness of these two. Like, what is going on? And I've been dying ever since from that. So, but yeah, like I said, I'm excited to see what, like I said, I think my friend, like I said, she said, it's supposed to be, hopefully, or assumingly, everyone thinks it's supposed to be Copper from Bus doing the OST for the next episode. So I'm like curious to see how that MV is gonna be, because it's obviously, I think they played it off or like try to show us that it's, I think, Shin writing a song called You about Duang. So I wonder if that's gonna be like the vibe of the MV for that when they do drop it. But today is Thursday, tomorrow's Friday. We have like 2 more days until it's like 1 or 2 more days until it's Saturday. I'm just like, I need it to be Saturday already because I need to see the episode already. I'm like, it's such torture having to wait until Saturday for the new episode to come out, and I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to handle it. I'm gonna be so annoying for episode 6, more than so than I was for episode 5. But yeah, anyways, I'm glad I went back and actually watched all the MVs and kind of got to see like how they are integrating all of those songs and like showing us the progression of the whole show through it. But anyways, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I shall see you in the next one.